It's been a week since the Warzone devs have returned from the holidays, and they've been doing some great things for the community. They've removed Krampus, they've fixed the invisible skin, they finally nerfed those annoying akimbo double-barreled shotguns that was killing everybody in 1 or 2 shots. On top of that, they are finally suing Engine Owing, the largest cheat provider for Warzone, and hopefully that shakes things up and gets rid of the cheaters in Call of Duty. But the Warzone community could care less about all that, because what was outraging everybody was the fact that there is a women's only tournament for Warzone that was offering 55k, and that got everybody in an uproar. An uproar. Modern Warzone had this to say about the situation. The fact that people are getting upset that there are women's only Warzone tournaments is kind of disgusting. Women are incredibly underrepresented in gaming and esports. Men dominate gaming. Men do not need a men's only tournament to get noticed or have a chance to compete. And I completely agree with him. Men don't need a men's only tournament because mostly men are in those tournaments, unless they're forced to pick up a woman, and that's when you have these co-ed tournaments, which I am all for. I think all the tournaments should promote co-ed choices so we can have diversity in terms of the type of players that we see. And so in typical Call of Duty fashion, you know, we had to get some responses when people say anything, but it's not a physician sport. So there isn't any reason men are better than women. So why do they need their own tourney? And I completely agree with him. It is not a physician sport. I don't think doctors compete in Warzone, and so there shouldn't really be a physician only tournament. But should there be a women's only tournament? I think there's good and bad from having a women's only tournament. When you have a women's only tournament, you showcase just women talent, and that is really good because that gets their eyes open to more people, and then those people will finally be able to get invited to the bigger tournaments that are supposed to be co-ed and that are supposed to be men and women. However, what you might have is on the opposite side, where you end up having kind of like a women's NBA and men's NBA or the NBA. And that's where you have a women's specific league, and they have to now produce their own resources, and they now have to produce their own infrastructure. And that could actually play as a disadvantage to women's esports, because maybe the audience is just not as mature as the regular esports arena, which should feature men and women, but right now it just is dominated by men. And that's why people are saying, let's have women's only tournaments, because that will then be able to showcase and spotlight more talent, because some of these women, they nice. Some of these women got the gunny, they nice with it, all right? And that could put them in the spotlight to now be in some of these top tier tournaments. So I'm curious what you think. Let me know in the comments below. Personally, I think that men and women in esports should compete on the same stage, unless you can prove to me that there's some sort of cognitive difference or some sort of biological advantage in terms of being a better gamer, then they should definitely be competing in the same tournaments. However, I do agree that maybe women's only tournaments will allow more women to have the spotlight on them so they can be selected for these top tier tournaments. Let me know down in the comments below. If you like these type of videos, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button so you can find your way back for more videos. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.